Disclaimer, this video is not a tutorial for a new developer. If you know how to script and you're able to follow along well, that's great. But in this video, there are times where I'm not necessarily going to be saying everything that I am doing, and the developer or whoever is watching, you need to be able to follow along with that, since I am technically doing it all on the screen and everything is going to be visible to you. If I do something, just pay attention to that, because I'm not there. I do try my very hardest to say everything that I'm doing, but I'm not able to the entire time. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm doing a 600 subscriber special where I'm going to make a system from scratch, and you guys get to see exactly how I make it. And the system I'm making will be a shop system where you can buy things in game. I'm not going to add saving, but that could be a separate video. So if you guys ask for saving, I can do that. So let's start. So I'm going to create a script. Going to name it leaderstats. And if you guys want to do this, you could just copy along. I'll add the scripts at the end of the video. So game.player added :connect function. So when a player joins the game, we're gonna do local leader stats equals instance.new. So we're creating a folder. So folder. The parent of this folder is going to be the player. Now leaderstats.name. It's very important that you name this exactly how I do it. Leader stats. Everything in this video that I name, I just want to point that out, you have to name exactly. The scripts, the same. Everything inside the scripts must be the exact same. Alright, so now we're going to create the coins value. So local, or the currency, coins equals instance.new. I'm going to go with a number value. You could do an int value. Coins. Oh wait. Remember to add in comma leader stats. So the parents of the leader stats coins dot value equals. We're gonna give you 100 coins to start off with. All right. Let me just check to see if that works. So now when I join the game, it should show up here. Yep, there it is. Now I didn't name the coins properly, so I just need to do coins dot name equals coins. Now instead of saying value, it should say coins. Perfect. Now we have our currency. I'm going to create some UI. So screens UI, name, shop UI. I'm going to create a frame. Now also in this video, I'm going to go over my scripts. So the first version of my scripts aren't going to be that good, and you're going to see how I try to improve them throughout the video. So we're going to create this frame. It's going to be a shop frame. Shop frame. We're also going to create a button that you use to open the shop. Or you know what? We're going to add some more realism to it. So to make life harder, or not necessarily harder, but to make things interesting, I'm going to create a part. And so instead of the shop being a UI to open like most Game Pass apps, like we're making an in-game shop used for currency. So I'm going to make a part and name it shop prox part. And the reason I name it prox is because I'm going to put a proximity prompt in it. Open, and name it open shop prox. Alright. Now I'm going to just create another script in here. And so make sure to set the shop frame to invisible and shop UI enable, because I just enabled it. set. I'm sorry if I keep saying it's just like my train of thought. So script.parent triggered connect function player. So the player that triggers the proximity prompt, player dot player GUI dot shop shop UI dot shop frame dot visible equals true. I walk up to the part, and the UI pops up when I open it. Now, I personally don't like it that it does it instantly, so I'm going to show you how to change it. Go to duration and change it to 1. You can test that if you want. I'm not going to because I know it works. Now I'm going to finish working on the UI. So visible. I'm going to add a UI corner to make it smoother. I'm going to make the color, I'm going to make it gray, a little grayish, you know? That's my go-to color. Text label. Duplicate the UI corner. I'm going to put this inside the shop frame because it's part of it. Background transparency 1. Name, shop label. Text and shop. I'm going to do text scaled. Change the font because it always looks nice with a better font. Fredoka 1, I like that one. Now create, we're going to create a little template for our shop. So create a scrolling frame. This is always very annoying to play around with, but now background transparency 1. Now create another frame in the scrolling frame. Now just to make my life easier. Again, I really hate dealing with scrolling frames because they're really annoying, but you can do something called, so UI list, I think is what it is. Yeah, and it lists it. I haven't dealt with this in a really long time, so let's see how quick it takes me to figure this out. I'm going to get rid of the list. Nope, never mind. I need the list. Now it goes horizontally. Now what if I want it to go wrap there? Alright, so I figured it out. What I'm going to do is you want to set the UI list from scroll down to flip direction, change it from vertical to horizontal, and then sort order. No, not sort order. Then horizontal alignment. No, what did I change? Oh yeah. Go to wraps and check it. Now, I am going to leave it at that since other stuff is just really tedious and annoying to do. So I'm going to name this to shop and template item, template item there. Now in here create a text button. Add a UI corner. Background color should be a little, I'm going to make it green because, you know, this is going to be the buy button. Text. Text scaled. Now you can add some text buttons too that'll be like act as a little item description. Item description, so item disc, text, description. Now there's a reason we have it as text scale, so you could just actually set the text wrapped should be true. Why isn't it wrapping? There. Alright. So yeah, it's a little small, but honestly doesn't really matter. This is not supposed to be too perfect. Now you could duplicate that, move up here, name, item name. Alright, name, text, item name, create a image label, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to, let's say, display the item. So let's say you want to sell, let's say this is a combat game and you want to sell a bat, so you'll have an image of the bat. We are not going to go into the image label detail too much. If you want, I'll show you where to put the stuff, but I'm not going to go out of my way to make the decal. But now we have our template. So you see I duplicate this. Oh wait, I might have deleted the UI list layout. Oh no, did I? No. I duplicate it, and I can have as many items as I want. Oh, and actually, so you see how it's very close up? Add something called I think it's called like something like space. No, I forgot what it's called. UI something. UI padding. Yeah, UI padding. Alright, basically what it does is it gives a little bit of space between everything. So I'm just going to set all of this to 1 and see what happens. Okay, never mind. 1, 1, 1, 1. Alright, what that I think did was just move all of it away from each other, but what if I want it to... No. Oh, here. Go to padding in the UI list. Oh yeah, and just change this to, let's say, I'm going to go with 5. Actually, 10. Nah, 7.5 looks like it works for this. So now we have our shop, we have our template item. I'm going to take the template item, and I'm going to delete that UI padding. I'm going to create a folder in replicated storage, folder, name it UI, store UI template. Drag this into, actually first I want to just set up a few things. So the text button, name the text button to purchase, item description, item name, add a value in here, number value, item cost, name it to item cost. And if you really want to, go the extra mile, you can create a bool value. So that's what I'm going to do. And name it to... Actually, no, I'm not going to do this right now, because I was going to make it so you can't purchase it multiple times, but it's a lot of effort and I'm kind of pressed for time. But item cost, so I'm going to set this to 50. Take this and drag it into the folder I created in the replicated storage. I'm also going to create another folder, name it RES, or remote events, and add a few events. So Gonna add a remote event. So let's say the first thing you want to buy is a bat. So we're gonna add a bat. So name it bat purchase event. Now what if I want to buy a car? I'm gonna do car purchase event. And what if I want to buy a key? We're going to do key purchase event. These are just ideas. And I'm going to scrap the car because I already have a tutorial on how to make a car purchase whatever spawner. So I'm going to go with, it's very hard to come up brainstorm with these random ideas. I have to think of something random. So we're going to go with food purchase event. All right, you purchase food. Now I'm going to get another folder, name this folder items. I'm going to go to the toolbox. Yes, I know you're not usually supposed to use free models, but for this video I'm going to use a free model bat. So working bat. Do not put it in the starter player, put it in the wherever it went. I don't know where it went. Don't put it in the starter pack, put it in the items folder. It says it needs to be changed name to bat. Okay, bat. Usually I wouldn't recommend doing this. I'm assuming you guys would have your own items and stuff. So now we're going to do C-Cola. That's your food. Or carrot. Box cola is not a food. People are going to get mad at me in the comments for it. No, never mind. Bloxy Cola, because I don't want to find food right now. Bloxy Cola. Okay, no. Here. Key tool. I'm going to be smart and just go through the handle, let's say, make sure it's not anchored. If it's anchored, it's going to be really annoying. Alright, so they seem good. I'm going to change the food purchase to drink purchase. And now we have our items. I'm going to name that to bat uppercase. Now we can start programming. So I'm going to create another script here. I'm going to name the script server purchase handler. I'm going to create a local script here in the UI, name the local script client purchase handler. We're going to start by we're going to start on the server side. So we're going to create some variables. So local remote replicated storage, and rs equals game get service replicated storage equal res. So the remote events is going to equal res.res. So now the events are going to be key purchase key event equals res.key event or key purchase event. No, not just key purchase. Local drink event equals res.drink purchase. Local bat event equals res.bat purchase event. Alright, so now we are going to focus on creating a UI when the player joins the game. Now we are going to create the functions that happen when the events are fired. So key event dot on server event connect function player, so the player that fires the event. And we are going, and since this is the key event, we know it's going to be the key that we need to get. So, you know what, we're also going to do amount. If player dot leaderstats dot coins value is greater than or equal to amount value, then player dot leader or stats dot coins value minus equals, so we're checking to see if the player has enough coins, and if they do, we are going to take away the amount and give them the item. So now we're going to find the key, so rs dot items colon find first child key, or local key equals key clone. So we're cloning the key, clone key clone dot parent equals player dot backpack. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to literally duplicate this 3 times, and actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create a function. So I'm going to put all of that in here. Player. I'm just going to make this more efficient. Mount item. We are going to do item purchase player comma amount dot value no value and key. So now we're going to do this. So clone equals rs.items colon find first child, and this is where it gets a little complicated. So or not complicated, but this is where it becomes more of a function that you can be reused for different things. So item, so it's going to search for that individual item, and it's going to clone it, and clone.parent equals player.backpack. Now we are going to duplicate it 3 times. I'm going to do drink event, and I'm going to look. It's called Bloxy Cola. So see cola, and we're going to do bad event. So it's bad. And that, I believe, is all we have to do on the server side. Now, on the client side, I'm going to actually copy and paste this top bit. And local, and I'm going to create some more variables. So, local shop GUI equals game dot players dot local player. So we're going to the local player, and we are getting the player GUI. So player GUI dot shop UI. Now local shop frame shop UI dot shop frame. And we're actually going to create an X. So I'm going to create a text button. I'm going to set the text to X, text scaled. I'm going to change the font, but you don't have to. And just create another remote event, actually. name it UI close event. Now people are going to ask me, why am I making a remote event to close the UI? It's because if you're opening it on the server side, I believe you have to close it on the server side, or else you're going to have to, it's going to be very annoying. Either you're going to have to click it a bunch of times, or it's not going to reopen. So I'm just going to do it like that. So actually we're going to go back here. Gonna duplicate this, close event dot close UI close event dot on server event connect function player dot players UI dot shop UI dot shop frame dot visible equals false. Equals false. That's all we're doing there. And so now we go back here. So we're going to, and we're going to go back and duplicate this, or copy it and place it here. And so here's where things get interesting. We want the template item to be duplicated and like put around in here. So in each thing, we're going to add a number value. We're going to name it price. And so the bat's going to be 25. Key's going to be 70. And the box code is going to be 25, and the bat's going to be 50. All right. Now we are going to go through the, we're going to add a little wait just in case people take time to load into the game. We're going to use wait for child. So for I comma v in pairs rs dot items colon get children do. So for each item, we're going to create another template. So rs.ui store template ui clone template clone dot item cost is going to be equal to the v dot price, which is the value we just did in dot value, and create the item cost, so value here dot value. And now we're going to do some other, so template clone dot description equals, and honestly what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another value in each of these named description. I'm going to delete it, create a string value, name it this I have no idea if I spelled that correctly, but no, I didn't. Alright, that's the description for Bloxy Cola. That's for keys, and for bat. Take care of bullies for bat. Alright. Now, item description is going to be equal to template clone dot description. Not sure if it updated yet, so we're just gonna close the script real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. So, I was doing that wrong. So v dot description v dot. Remember to always add the dot value. Template clone dot name dot no dot item name equals name. Oh, dot text. Oh, remember to add that. So also item description dot text. It is not dot value. And just in case you add any numbers, I'm gonna do toString. Yeah, just make it into toString. So, and if you do have an image for it, template clone dot image label. So I'm just gonna change it to I'm not doing this, but if you would like to, you can. Clone dot edge dot what's it called? Not want this open. Probably image ID or something like that. Yeah, image dot image. So I'm going to just go honestly just find a random image and toolbox just so I can give you guys an example, because I'm trying to figure out how to set it up so you guys can actually open it. So wait, no, my decals. I have a bunch of random decals. Alright, we're gonna do air flash. How do I copy it? Copy asset ID there. And you're gonna put your asset ID there, right here. So honestly, we could also probably put that in here. So asset ID string equals v dot asset key is gonna be this guy, this van. Alright, now if I click test and I play, it should all, nope, there. Price is not a valid member of asset ID. There, we got an error. Oh, because asset ID, I accidentally duplicated it and left it there. Alright, now let's try it and it should work. Nope. Asset ID is not a valid member of the tool. Alright, Bloxy Cola. Yep, I forgot to duplicate it. Now let's see, does it work? It does not appear to be showing up, so it's clearly not working. Oh, that's why. Because template.parent equals .players.local player. Oh wait, no, I should just be going with equals shop frame dot scrolling frame. Now it should show up. And you see now we have 3 different things. And it worked almost perfectly, but not yet. Now I think we need to just change to the, yeah, so that's the problem. It's not name. Now if I test it, once again, it looks like we swapped it. Now it should have worked. Also, now you're seeing like the process of like creating this stuff and like, all right, so the image ID worked, and you see it created 3. And in theory, if I duplicate one of these, now we have 4 Bloxicles. There should be 4 Bloxicles showing up. Yep. All right. Perfect. Now we should be able to do, just double check something. All right. Let's go to the screen GUIs to look at the template actually. So I'm thinking template, create a script in the template. No, script, local script. Copy this part and do, I'm gonna go with script.parent dot purchase button dot activated connect function. So when the player presses the button, this happens. So we're going to fire the event at one of the events. So if this is probably not the most efficient way to do this, but I'm going to do this either way. Script.parent. Actually, you know what? Yeah, never mind. So, oh wait, no, I can't. I'm thinking. You're gonna have to add, like, let's say a new event for each item you add. Wait a minute, I think there's probably a better way to do this, for just to have it in one event. Delete those. We don't need 3 of each. Actually, I'm not sure. Probably easier to not have multiple events. You know what? Go to replicated storage. I'm not going to delete them, just in case you want to go back to them. Just do item purchase event. And add that in here. Item purchase event. Item purchase event. There. Perfect. Now, because basically what that solved is now instead of trying to search for what event to fire, it just fires any event and it fires it with the name of the item. So item purchase event colon fire server. So we're firing a remote event, which just transfers information from the client side to the server side. So the player is automatically transferred, so we're going to transfer, what do we need to transfer? The amount and the item name. So the amount is going to be script dot parent dot, you know what, instead of just doing script dot parent, we're just going to do local shop item UI equals script dot parent. Instead of doing script dot parent, so we're going to do shop item shop, no, not shop, shop item UI dot purchase button, shop item UI dot amount, no, dot shop item UI item cost dot value, because we need the amount, the item name, comma, shop item UI dot item name, dot text, I believe, because it's not a value, it's just a thing. So now I think it might work. Nope, we got a value. I mean, we got an error. Attempt to index nil with value. It might be a separate error that we are having, but double check. Player leader stats, coins, key. Maybe it's having a problem with amount.value. Actually, that might have not been the problem. Value. Oh, okay. Maybe delete the value here, because can't get the value twice. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Yeah, it's on 13. Amount. So now we're going to troubleshoot. Print player, print amount, print item name. We are going to Jake the elephant nil. That's our problem. It is not firing the value. Alright, you know what? Add the value back and delete the value right here, because maybe it's again trying to access the value twice. See, it worked. And I don't have enough money to buy that, but I had enough money to buy this. We are almost done. Now we just need to add the finishing touches. So for example, we need to have this UI close button, shop UI dot shop frame dot close button dot activated connect function, close event fire server, and then go back to the client script and now let's just add give me more money so I can check everything. So 1,000. We're going to have the shop GUI not enabled constantly, so visible was false. I'm also going to delete the bat purchase event drink and key purchase. Do the same in the scripts. Try to have the script as short as possible, and you can delete the prints. And there's already an error, probably because we tried to have Yeah, you have to go into all of the scripts and now delete those parts that we added with the events that no longer exist. I think it should work, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's another error. All right, we're in. We open the UI. I purchase. My money goes down. I close it. I have the bat, and I have the keys. I believe I can purchase as many as I want. And now I have essentially set up a system where you can really easily add, like a framework to really easily add more items. And honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself because I've never actually created this system. I just did this from scratch for the first time. So I'm probably going to copy this into a model or something and use it in the future. But just to show you how easy it should be now to add another item, I'm going to, let's see, models. We're going to just find a random category. We're going to go look for the categories. So tools, or yeah, weapons, riot shield. All right, let's say I want to get a riot shield. I'm going to put it in here, name it riot shield, and you see these three values. I'm going to put them into the riot shield. You don't need to change the asset ID. You can change the asset ID to whatever you want. Description, defend yourself. Price, expensive. And now I open the shop, and voila, the riot shield is now in the shop. There's an error, and the error is just because the script has, because the riot shield has scripts, nothing that I had to do. So if I just go delete these scripts, should work. Now I have a riot shield. Now you can't see it because I deleted all the scripts, but you get the point. I really appreciate it that you guys watched to the end. If you did, this is a very long video, and I am probably not going to edit it, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.